What's good to YouTube, and welcome to the house. Some of you guys were asking me when the next sale for TCG Player would be. It's today. 8% bonus bucks back. And if you start your shopping by using my link down below and continue to shop through that, you support the channel directly. So if you want to shop TCG Player today, remember there's a little extra incentive. That being said, let's get into today's market watch. Borrelsword Dragon's falling a little, and it's about to fall a lot because the Battles of Legend reprint is coming, but we don't know the ratio in which it will be in the set. So a lot of people are asking me, should I still sell mine? My answer, of course, is yes, it's going to go down from here no matter what, and it really depends on the rarity you want to pick back up. But I think that first edition doesn't matter as much for Borrelsword, and we see a direct past example. People are like, well, my Ash Blossoms, Ogres, Hand Traps hold value, what do you think of this? This is a one-of in the extra deck, okay? It's not a playset, and playsets are what make them more scarce. A direct example is Borrelsword Dragon. The original printing for this now sits at freaking $12, but it's had a second printing with a third one coming, so I think this is towards as bottom out as it gets for first edition Borrelsword, but we can see that really first edition doesn't hold its price up much more at all right now. So I would think that with Borrelsword, we'll see similar to what happened in the Megatons maybe with it, and we'll see its ratio get slighted a little, and we'll see it probably land around $25 to $30. So you have a chance to sell it, and after fees, shipping, everything, probably get back around $15 out of bothering to move it. That being said, if you've had plenty of time to play with it, you're not that worried about it, then don't move it. Keep your nice looking original first ed secret rare. That's just my opinion on it. What do you guys think? What are you guys doing with your Borrelswords? I definitely think it's gonna, there's no way it, holds up in price, even if it's 2 per case or the slightest ratio, because we saw Battles of Legend change, right? Where before it was you could get everything in a box. It's unlikely to be that way as the first Battles of Legend, as we saw it change with the second. So Hero's Revenge, I think it's going to be a little harder to pull stuff again. But talking about Battles of Legend crashing the market, there were some huge reveals with uncut sheets at the WCQ. Wyverburster was on there, I believe in Secret Rare or Ultra Rare, I forget which, but it looked pretty freaking good. It's a holo upgrade to the Super Rare version, and that's why they are crashing right now. Both Collapse Serpent collapsing and Wyverburster are going down in price rapidly. So if you were wondering about it, yeah, it's in Battles of Legends, and it looks pretty dang good. We've also got Magical Musket Link. It's Max, I believe. I don't know if it had a name change, but Max the Link is in Battles of Legend confirmed, causing another buyout. I believe the Trap Trick Link was also in there. There were some huge reveals over the weekend for it, but we see that Caspar is all the way back up towards 20. We were laughing that he was down at 10. Well, it's here. The hype is here. Let's go get it again. And I think we'll see it fall back down over time. Not the most exciting deck, but it does. That Link brings a whole nother level to the deck, and I think it gives it the ability to top regionals once again, and we'll see it in the more competitive scene perhaps. Also to note, Last Stand has been creeping up as well again, and if you remember sneak peeks, remember before Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles put this up, it was $20, people were really juicing, and it just sunk out once they put it at 3. It's also doing a little slow creep up, so just keep an eye on the Magical Musket cards. If you've for some reason put it off all the way till now, you didn't get it when Caspars were 10, Starfires were 8, that's kind of your own fault at this point. You had forever if you were really aiming for them. But that being said, I think these prices will go down once again after a lack of meta takeover and not being the next Zodiac. Dino Wrestler Pankratops is just a talking point here. If we look at the other Battles of Legend cards from the last couple of years, like Darkworm, they've gotten really up solidly over time. I think about 2 to 3 weeks after the set comes out, you'll see the bottom out of prices. Pankratops is one of the cards I would invest in, as in get as many copies of as I can, even though the OCG has put it on their, FNL list in terms of, I think they put it to 2. Even if they did that here in the TCG because it's such an amazing card, you're still going to see 2 get sided, and I think it's just too good not to stock up on. So whenever that price is at its lowest, that's you want to kind of pay attention to its first downward trend, and then I don't think it'll have another downward trend. The meta is falling. The show is over. The WCQ has ended here, but in Europe, we still have theirs after ours for the first time ever. The big show coming on up next weekend, so it's pretty exciting to have something to look forward to and watch still that can maybe shake some things up, but with the megatons, you know, on the course ahead, I don't think these prices are going to be rebounding up at any point soon, even with the YCS in Portland. You have Danger Nessie falling out under 30, Jackalope under 15, Bigfoot headed towards 10 slowly, and oh man, Danger Thunderbird's one that I would have thought is kind of a good long-term keep. I mean, it's up for grabs in the 10s too, though. Everything Danger is getting cheaper, and we saw that a ton of people were playing Danger decks at the WCQ in general. We also have Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, solidly under 30. A lot of people scared it's going to get hit on the FNL list, and it has its upcoming print, and we know that Dark Saviors is also a target of the Megatons this year as well as the Battles of Legends set. My opinion on this is that most people who played it got their time out of it. I could see this getting hit again on another FNL list, but we do have like 4 YCSs already announced, so it's going to be interesting if, you know, we have the no sooner than expiring very soon. If they'll shake it up and hit stuff before Worlds, I have a feeling we're getting a very minimalistic list over here. A lot of people pointing out that Mermaid is listed as a selling point on the Megatons and arguing if it could or could not get hit over here on the Forbidden side of the list. It's just a lot of interesting points, and whenever you're talking ban list, it's pure speculation. My feeling, though, is it'll be a minimalistic list from Konami, and then after we have all those YCSs, we'll see the big shakeup after they also release all their products. And then there's Dude in October. After all these YCSs, Dude comes out. So, it's a very interesting shakeup. Now, ignoring all price trends, Levionear looks towards the future. He's in Soul Fusion, so he's up for reprint in the 10s, but he is hanging on in price. $25 freaking dollars over here, and about 24 on eBay. This card has such high potential for multiple other decks besides just Danger Thunder. If you're playing a deck that plays Dark and Lights, and of course in the future of the game, that's always going to be a thing. I think we're going to see this card just kind of make waves until, you know, something happens that puts it down. You have it searchable now from deck using the Guard Dragon engine, thanks to Dane. Levionear is a very interesting card to me, and I think it's deserving of its price. I think it was too low for a while. It's finally passing its pre-sale price of all things, which was around $20. It's interesting to see it ignore, you know, the show being over. It's the one card out of here with everything else falling. Levionear is sticking up, and I think rightfully so. And also dipping a little in price is Phantasme. So we've entered the off-season. We see a cheapest of 82 over here, 85, and I think we'll continue to see it go down. I have interest. It's like, hey, use my link, shop. I want to buy these right now, and that's because of history. We look at Ash Blossom in the off-season. Remember how it went from its height of like $80-something, originally $120, $80 going into the off-season, and then falling to $50 and $45 before a reprint was ever announced. It's my opinion that we will see history repeat itself with the trend of Phantasme. It'll go down, dip down, start heating back up until its reprint announcement, which will likely be to sell the next March 100 card set. Whatever that is, the next Kaiba collection, the next Dual Power, whatever they put in March that's a 100 card set, Phantasme is likely going to be used to sell that, very similar to Infinite Impermanence. Again, that's speculation, that's just my take on it, but we've seen the market trends repeat. We've seen them use these tactics. Do you guys agree, or do you think they'll actually hold out and try to sell either next year's Battles of Legend or the Megatons with this in 2020? How long do you think they're going to be dangling Phantasme? Because Savage Strike's only other really hot ticket selling card is Pot of Extravagance, which is, you know, it's been waving and is actually up right now in the off-season too. A lot of people are going for cards from Savage Strike because it's not slated on any reprint list along with Dane. So since Savage Strike's not in the 10s this year, it's created this very interesting dynamic where now the cards are safer to trade for. People aren't as quick to get rid of this stock, and it's just an interesting dynamic. Like, I think World Legacy Guard Dragon, it's up $1 from last market watch as well. I think it's an amazing amazing thing to hold on to, especially being a combo piece with IB, and the fact that, you know, if Needle Fiber does hit during this off-season so that they can hit it before next WCQ, hey, this is probably going to be a highly abused card. But again, that's it from me. Remember to use my link when shopping TCG Player. The meta and Battles of Legend, everything entirely tumbling the market downwards, and I really enjoy it. There's very, very few examples of stability or upward prices, and the tail end here is it. What do you guys think of what's happening with, you know, everything? We knew it was coming, and now we know where it's going. But what last-second surprises do you expect from Battles of Legend, since it's not a full spoiler? And what do you want to see from this year's Megaton, since we are shaking up rarities? It should actually help old rarities hold just a little bit more. So even if Chaos Dragon Levionear is in the 10s, it could be a super. And so this could hold actually extra value. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the topic. And again, if you're shopping TCG Player, just start out by using my link. Thank you.